This video is going to be on removing the window motor of a 2006 Infiniti M. And so the door panel removal, I've already done that in a different video. What you want to do is lower this window, right? No tint, so you can barely see it. Lower the window until, right, you have to remove the excess vinyl thing here until you see that. See that nut, that bolt over there, that screw? You have to be able to see it through that window. On this other side, in front, you'll be able to see this one here as well. Yeah, there you go. There's one. So what you want to do is lower your window, your glass, until it gets that low. And to lower your window, you have to connect, obviously, the motor, the window motor. The memory doesn't have to be connected, but so this big one here, this one here, and this long one that goes all the way to the back. So those have to be connected for you to be able to operate your window to make it go up and down. And of course, you have to turn your car into the second position. Then, as I said, peel this one. You usually have that vinyl cover over there. Pull that up. See, someone tried to scratch it. I'm actually not going to put it back. Why bother? Then remove this one here as well. And at this point, you could use a Phillips head that's big enough. You could, but these are 10 millimeters. So use your 10 milli and just buzz those off. So I'll go ahead and do that. Might fall in there. I'm going to use my magnetic tool. Okay, guess that's not fully removed yet. That one's out. Just gonna pick it by hand. Okay, it's in there. So then remove all the bolts on the perimeter of this panel right here. Let's remove the glass. Since we're ready to remove the two bolts that hold it, pull it up like this. The rear side goes up first. And there you go. There's your glass. Be careful with it. Then this panel here. So the window motor harness is usually plugged, and all these other ones are usually into these holes. You see these holes? All these are usually still hooked on there. So just, you know, I already did the job. I was fixing something else. So here, what you do is you wanna, well, sometimes it's loose, but sometimes you have to pry it open first. But pull this backwards because there's some pins in the back, and I'll show you. See this pin right here? This one here? And this one here? They go into these blind holes over there just to locate the panel. But so pull this panel up. Okay, this is going to be in the way, but you'll work around it. Pull it up and out. Boom. And there you have it. All this with a motor and regulator. This is your window motor. All this with a motor and regulator, right? So your motor's right here. This is your motor. And this is your regulator. it's an interesting piece of assembly. So if you're in their unfortunate position for, I've said this before, which will mean I'm jinxing myself right now. They don't fail often in these cars, but if you find yourself in that position, I guess, buy this panel. It's not that heavy, by the way, because assembling it, well, if you disassemble these bolts, these four, 1, 2, 3, and 4, it's just a little tricky because of all the tension going on over here. Anyway, with that, come in, and let's say this is our new one. And of course, you know, those holes I was talking about, the ones that hold these clips, right? Push them through this side. On the way in, first, to grab any screws that fell in here. Don't screw yourself over. So bring this in from the top. You see how it's a lot longer, right? So bring this in. Align this spot right here. There you go. And since this is the other side of the motor, I'm going to use this to lift it up. There you go. That's in the proper hole. Lift this up on this side as well. There you go. Now you can see that bolt hole over there, right? At this point, I'll just go ahead and put those in. Again, you haven't moved the regulator, the window regulator at all. It's still where it's supposed to be, right? Poking through that hole. Before I put the glass back on, I want to make sure I remove this, and that's probably what I should have done in the beginning. Just remove the glass before removing these other bolts, because then you end up putting a lot of weight there. Just got off work and started working. It's crazy. It gets dark so early these days. But yeah, well, that's the essence of the seasons, huh? One's broken down here. I didn't do it. I guess whoever was here before me made a little mess. So I'll set this down just so I can secure those. And now what you want to do is install the glass. It's really a two-hand job, so I better not drop it. I'll set it here to just speak about it real quick. Trick about the glass is on the way in. Now you want to feed the front first, but remember to try to aim for this gap in here, this one in here, so that the window stays, the glass stays in its track. You're going to maneuver the front and the back. I need to put the phone down. All right, once you ensure that the glass is in its track, front and back, let's lower it slowly in as natural a motion as you can. All right, so watch what happens. Let's watch in here. You see that? Same thing back here. There you go. That's what happens when you lower it. So at this point, I'm going to take these, send it in here, just get it started. This other one might be a little tricky, but I'll try. Yeah, fingers are pretty large. I'll use a socket and a finger. There you go. Same thing here. And now it's getting really, really hard to see. Even I can barely see it with the flashlight, so I don't know how much the video is showing, but what I'm about to do is now tighten everything all around the perimeter, including these two. Plug your harnesses back in. That is including, you know, so put these guys back on. That's it. I'd say the window motor problem is over. And once you hook your door panel back on, you should be able to move everything up and down properly. Okay? Good luck. Good luck with the project. I hope the video comes out okay. By the time I'm done with work, that's, you know, that's all I have, you know. And it was daylight when I started working on this project.